and skills to move the world to make impact. And I always say it, we got the week. Today is like no other because there isn't any 2 days that are alike on the Nicole Mason Show. And I'm so excited today about my guest who's going to be joining us. And listen, this is a show that motivates, that inspires, but most importantly, that informs you and informs your life. And so today, my very, very special guest is a sister and friend, Sheila Malloy. She is the executive director and founder of Healing to Grace. Yes, an organization that helps women move forward out of domestic violence situations and abuse. So let me just read a portion of Sheila's bio. She is the founder of Healing to Grace, an organization that is dedicated to recognizing life after abuse and domestic violence and the unspoken pain its ability to show up in many areas of one's life. For Sheila to free herself from years of mental bondage, she sought professional help and relied on her faith in God. Seeking professional help was the beginning of peeling back the layers of pain, and although it was very scary, she knew it was necessary for true healing to begin. Sheila realized that sharing her story is part of her journey in life, as well as finally healing the wounds that have been concealed but never fully healed. Her purpose and passion is to encourage women to let go of their past emotional damage and to allow something greater to transform their lives. She understands the healing process is not easy, nor does it have a time frame in which one is completely healed. However, Sheila understands that part of healing is to obtain freedom from past hurts. In sharing her story, Sheila hopes that other women will take hold of their own courage, unlock the lessons of the past, and begin a life of physical, emotional, and spiritual wholeness. Sheila encourages other women to see past people's judgments, opinions, and perceptions to advocate for themselves and others. An inspirational speaker, Sheila has shared her story at the following speaking engagements: St. Stephen Baptist Church Women's Conference, Still I Rise Incorporated, My Girlfriend's Place, WHUR Silent Storm Radio Show, as well as WHUR and Verizon presents Behind Closed Doors, a domestic violence discussion with Iyanla Van Zant. Sheila has been a guest on several internet radio talk shows, and she has participated in many activities bringing awareness to domestic violence and abuse. She is a woman who has gained freedom from past hurts and struggles and is fully engaged in living her life to its full potential. She is a native Washingtonian that attended District of Columbia Public Schools and the University of Maryland University College. She's the proud mother of 2 adult children, and this fearless woman is a grandmother. Oh my goodness. Help me welcome to the Nicole Mason Show, my sister and friend, Sheila Malloy. Woo, 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 woo. So listen, I am so excited that you are here today. We have so much to cover, so much information to share. And I didn't read a portion of your bio because I want you to tell that story of, how you come to this particular, mission in life, because, there's this old saying about our mess becomes our message.
Absolutely.
Our test becomes our testimony.
Absolutely.
And so let's just jump right in and let's talk about Sheila Malloy and how Sheila becomes this awesome advocate for women who have been abused and women who are survivors of domestic violence.
Well, first of all, let me say good afternoon. And I am so excited beyond words to be sitting here with Elder Nicole Mason. I mean, just an awesome sister, and I love her so much. But I started this process. Healing to Grace came about because I said about 2 years ago, but it's actually been about 3 years ago that I was really at the lowest peak in my life. I was contemplating suicide. And something terrible had happened, and I'm going to preserve the person's name in that incident, a close family member, that brought me to this point of wanting to take my life. Now, I had actually entertained that thought periodically throughout my life. I was abused as a child. And then I got married and was further abused. But what I did not understand until that moment 3 years ago when I was trying to take my life, you know, it's so funny. I was actually trying to commit suicide, but God brought me to my knees. And when God brought me to my knees, I actually fell asleep. When I woke up on my knees thanking God. And that's when God revealed to me, finally, here is the purpose in your pain. And so I reached out to a close friend of mine and I talked with her, and she referred me to someone, and I started talking to a counselor again. And I had done some counseling early on in my life, but I never completed the counseling. And so I started talking to this counselor, and then what I found is that there were some things that were underneath the surface. It wasn't just about the abusive marriage, but it was the abuse that took place as a child. And so I was sitting in the counselor's office, and I was just having these emotional breakdowns. And finally, he said, you know, all of that's coming out of you for a reason. It's something that you're not telling me. And what I wasn't telling him is something that I was ashamed to tell anyone, that I had been molested several times by many different people in my family.
Wow.
And so all of that came about. And that night when I got up and I released that into the air, into the surface, into the atmosphere, I felt a